My insane feminist sister literally roped a guy at a house party and claimed she did nothing wrong, so he and I teamed up to sue her. My sister is a very stereotypical third-wave feminist, who claims she believes in equality but really believes in women being given more power than men. She is the type to literally never cook or do laundry but want her boyfriend to do every bit of DIY, drive her everywhere and treat her like a princess. She literally ended her last relationship because her boyfriend asked her to make him lunch because he was overslept and was getting ready for work, hence had no time to make his own food. She took this as a huge insult, claiming he was a misogynist who believed she needed to slave away for him in the kitchen. I knew the guy and he was far from it. Anyway, my sister also likes to get into arguments about feminism a lot, and me and her engage in conversations like these a lot. One of her main points is that she expects her partner to pay for literally everything. This is due to the fact that she is oppressed and can't get a job because she is a woman, not because she shows up consistently 15 minutes late to interviews. Anyway, a couple of months ago a huge fight between my sister and I broke out because she read an article online about rope. The article stated that if a man has intimacy drunk with a woman it is rope. I'm sure many can agree on that, but the article took it a step further. It stated that even if the woman is also drunk, it is also rope. Matter of fact, it also stated that even if the man is very drunk and the woman is only slightly tipsy, it is also rope. Even if both parties are under the influence and the man and woman are a couple and they have intimacy, it is also rope. It stated that this is because the woman cannot consent under any circumstance if they are tipsy, and any act of intimacy is assault. This is not the same for men, however, as they are way more physically capable, and if they really did not want it they could physically resist. Whilst anyone with an unbiased thinking can deduct that this is very obvious bullcrap and propaganda, my sister, upon reading it, thought that this was a brilliant article and talked with me about it. Of course we disagreed and this led to a huge fight between us, during which she claimed I am a misogynist and even told me I was lucky she was not reporting me for rope because I had drunken intimacy with an ex of mine a couple of years ago. I ended up leaving the argument and refusing to engage in it after that. Since reading the article, my sister has got this notion in her head that men can't be roped because they are physically stronger. She has also simultaneously developed a crush on this guy in one of her classes and tells me about him sometimes. He is exactly her type from what I can hear and seems like a cool guy. I urged her to go for it but claimed she wouldn't because she's nervous and women don't ask men out. That's the man's job. I asked her what about equality, and she replied saying that's different. My sister has spent a lot of time gushing over this guy, so naturally when last week she found out that he was also invited to the same house party she was thrilled. The party happened a few days later and my sister came home in the morning slightly hungover. She went to bed and later that night I asked her how the party went. She went on to tell me that she got with her crush. I was excited for her and I asked her to tell me how it came about. And when she started speaking my jaw started dropping until it had literally reached the floor. She said that after having some drinks she got the courage to go talk to him, and so she did. They ended up hitting it off and things started escalating from there. They started talking about the possibility of coming back to his house. But at one point disaster struck. My sister says that she lost him halfway through and went around the entire house looking for him but couldn't find him. She ended up stumbling into a bedroom where the only person was her crush. However, he was clearly almost out of it and had drank way too much. He was still conscious but barely, and would barely answer my sister when she was asking him if he was okay. Instead of getting him help, however, my sister decided that the only way to make him feel better was to literally make him feel better. She said that she went down on him first while he wasn't really moving, then after threw him onto the bed and proceeded to get on top. She said that he wasn't moving much and looked almost out of it the entire time. But that didn't matter because she was still able to cross the finish line. When my sister told me this I told her that she roped him, and she said no, that's not possible because girls can't rope guys, and if anything he was the one who roped her because she was still tipsy. I called her insane and told her that what she did was criminal and I don't want to see her for the time being. That night I texted the guy as I had his socials asking him if he was okay. He knew I was my sister's brother and we got to talking. Turns out that what my sister did impacted him a lot and he was feeling very violated. I told him how she talked about what happened and he said that was disgusting of my sister, which I of course agreed with. I asked if he wanted to do anything about it, and he said he was considering pressing charges because although he did want to sleep with her first, when he was barely conscious he did not want to see anyone, much less sleep with anyone. He said he was worried about the stigma that came with getting roped by a girl as a guy and wasn't sure whether he would be taken seriously. I told him I had his back however and urged him to follow legal action if he felt like he had to. He ended up saying he thinks he will sue her and asked me to help him out by testifying against my sister and informing the court of my sister's words and attitude towards the whole situation. I said yes and he is contacting lawyers right now.